Okay, when you're ready, I'm just going to get you to get super comfortable, and I'm going to get you to feel into your bodies and just take a really big breath in for 5. And out for 5. Breathe in for 5. Breathe out for 5. I'm just going to do that one more time. And out. And what I'm going to get you to do is find yourselves in a place of your choosing. Doesn't actually matter where you are. And I want you to tune into your body a little bit and just feel into it. And feel if there's any parts of you that are speaking to you with symptoms. Are there any parts of you that are sore? Are there any parts of you that are feeling unsolved or unsorted? I just want you to pay attention to them. Be aware, acknowledge, and accept that they exist. And just let them be for now. And I want you to think about the concept of reactivity. Reactivity is this unconscious behaviour that comes usually very quickly to an event, a person, a word, a sentence in our lives that we don't necessarily see coming, and we behave or react in a way that may not be in our highest good, and also may not be what we would consciously choose. Most human beings either behave with a reaction or a conscious action. And if you know of any reactive pattern that you have, I invite you to call it in now. This reactive pattern may be to a certain person in your life. It may be to a certain part of your career. It may be to a belief that you have about yourself. It may be to a concept. Whatever it is, just invite it in and just check it out. Have a look at yourself, like yourself is on a movie screen. And watch these reactive patterns and see and feel what they look like to you right now. And as you're watching this movie screen, I just want you to be aware, acknowledge, and accept with love the part of you that has not yet healed this reactive energy. This part of you that hasn't yet been able to deep breathe and consciously choose your words or your actions. And just for now, the seeing of the you on the movie screen, we're just going to ask for it to slide up like a play banner at the back. It's just sliding up the back of the stage. And what you can do is you can actually stand up and move past this movie screen. And what you're going to do is walk through into this little meadow, and it's surrounded by children. There's children there of all ages. There are tiny newborns, There are 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, all the way up to the age of 8. And you look around and some of these children are really happy, some of them are sad, some of them are angry. Some of them are just sitting there pretty peaceful. And as you look closer, you walk a little bit closer and you think, wow, all these kids must be siblings. They all look really similar. But when you look closer, when you actually really look at it, you see that all of these children are parts of you. They are all representatives of your inner child. Now, there's nothing you have to do about this. You don't have to be able to see your inner child super clearly. But just be aware and acknowledge that they're all there. They're all aspects of you. They're all aspects of yourself. I'm just going to get you to sit in the middle of this field. Place your hands on your heart. Close your eyes. Just take one really big 5-second breath in. And a big 5-second breath out. And I'm going to ask you to invite the part of you, the inner child part of you, that reacts to this behaviour that you would like to be healed. And as you open your eyes, your inner child, that specific element of your inner child, is sitting there. And they are looking straight at you. Without words, this inner child brings out their right hand and gently places it on top of your hands that are still in your heart space. You get your left hand and you place it on top. Then with your right hand, you place your hand on the heart space of your inner child, and their left hand goes on top of yours. And just sit there for a moment in a heart salutation. Your inner child might be really angry and resist it, and that's okay. Just accept it. Your inner child might be really upset or confused, and that's okay too. If your inner child allows this heart salutation, just breathe and just give them a moment to calm down. And if they don't, just acknowledge that and just stay in holding space for them while they're feeling their feelings. And I just want you to validate now, through words in your mind, anything that your child might be feeling. It might be, if you're angry, of course you're angry. It's okay to be angry. There is nothing wrong with anger. It might be acknowledging their sadness. Whatever it is, validate, validate, validate. It's okay to feel these things. It's normal and okay. There is nothing wrong with you. And just allow your inner child to start to calm down. Hold space for them while they feel their feelings. And if they allow you and they haven't yet, you can place them in a heart salutation with you as well. And just say, it's okay. I've got you. I'm here for you, and I will always be here for you. If there's anything that you need, anything that you want, you call me, and I will be there. And I'm just going to ask you to look directly into your inner child's eyes and say out loud your name, and then I love you 3 times. Just keep looking at them. And just see their hearts start to relax and their eyes start to become clearer. Give them at least a 7-second hug. And then just watch as all of your inner children start to dissolve into the fabric of your auric field, the energy fields that exist around your body. And as all of that happens, there's another movie screen behind you. Something you didn't realize was there before. It's lifting up again and stepping you into a whole other place. And this time you're ending up on the top of a beautiful mountain. You walk forward and you see yourself at the summit of this incredible snow-capped Alps-looking mountain. It's just magnificent. And as you look around, you've got a 360-degree view of mountains, amazing snowy mountains everywhere. These mountains sometimes look really close, or they might look really, really far. But either way, it looks pretty amazing. And what I want you to do now is be aware that all of these mountains represent past lives of yours. Every single mountain is a life that you've lived. And if you look really closely, there's a person, you, standing on top. You might be male, you might be female, you might be gender neutral, you might be of this world and you might not be. Every single mountain has a different aspect of yourself. And your mountain is actually slightly higher than all the rest of them, so you have a pretty good view about what all of these mountains look like. And they kind of go as far as the eye can see. There's a lot of mountains here. So rather than trying to access them individually, we're going to try and access them as a whole. So I'm going to ask for Michael and Gabrielle and Raphael and Uriel and Sandalphon and Metatron to hold the 6 directions around the outside of all of your mountains. And we're also going to ask for the intergalactic mothers and fathers to create a circle, 2 concentric circles around the outside of these beautiful archangelics. What we're going to do is get the karmic angels and the karmic board, Lord Lanto, to come in and help bring in the energies of oneness, forgiveness and love to all elements of you through all space, time and dimension who are reactive right now. And you just feel this wave of relaxation. It's almost like a light shower. And this beautiful light shower, this golden ray of light is just coming through your body. And you can see it coming like rain across all of the top of the other mountains. And it's just washing over all of you, this sense of oneness, acceptance, lack of duality. And as you feel it come through, your body starts to relax. Those aches and pains that you were feeling before are starting to release. And you may notice 1, 2, or more of these mountains who are impacted by this. That's okay. Just bring it through. And one by one, you'll actually see the mountains and the people on top of them start to dissolve. And they also kind of get integrated into the auric field that you have, which by now is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Your auric field is now kilometers wide. It's safe in there. You feel expanded and you feel lighter. And just like last time, you'll actually see the 2 concentric circles of the guardians, the intergalactic mothers and fathers, open up. You'll see the next movie screen rise. And then you'll find yourself in this beautiful, beautiful room. It looks a little bit like a yoga room, a meditation room. It looks similar to your heart temple. And you just find yourself very effortlessly and easily walking straight ahead into the room. And you just walk into the very center. There's a cozy lounge and a fire in the middle. And you can just sit down and just feel super comfortable. You're just looking at the crackling fire. There's a window beyond with these amazing views. You're just enjoying being there in the moment. It's very, very comfortable and familiar to you. And then you kind of look around and you start to see these people that kind of hanging around in the corners of the room, and when you look closer, they look familiar. They don't feel strange. They don't feel scary. Some of them feel a little bit, I'm not sure. But in generally, you're looking around is making you feel pretty comfortable. You know these people, you know who they are. And when you have a closer look, you actually see that these people are your family. They are your ancestors. And children, if you have any as well. And when you look at them, you'll see that all of these people have carried the same belief system that you carry when you become that reactive self. So we're just going to ask for that intergalactic mothers and fathers circle to reclose around this room. We've got the archangelics in place. We've got Lord Lanto and the karmic board helping here. And we're going to bring in healing. And we're going to bring in oneness, forgiveness and love to all parts of us, through all our ancestral lines, through all space, time and dimension. Healing of this reactionary pattern. You'll feel this beautiful wave of acceptance and lack of duality come through. And then you'll feel this beautiful wave of forgiveness to come through as well. And now a beautiful wave of love. And you'll actually feel your body start to talk to you with a couple of different awarenesses. Your belly might gurgle, your body may need to move. Just do whatever you need to do. Just take a big 5-second breath in, hands on your heart. And breathe out. And with this beautiful healed energy, this forgiveness and love energy, we're going to turn around and we're going to send it to all our past life selves. that are sitting in our auric fields that are needing to also feel this forgiveness and love. We're going to use all the energy of our ancestors, all the energy of our genetics. We're going to use all the energy that we have given our children, all of our genetic patterning. We're going to use these beautiful energies of forgiveness and love, and we're going to send it through our energy fields to all those past life parts of ourselves that need forgiveness and love. It's going to feel a little bit like a swirling energy around your body. You may see it, you may feel it, you may not feel anything. Whatever it is okay for you, and it's still working. Just accept and surrender to the process. And your body just starts feeling lighter and lighter. You may not be able to see your past life selves anymore, but you can definitely feel that energy releasing. And the connection and enmeshment between your ancestral patterning and your past life patterning just seems to kind of dissolve. All of your ancestors have been given this beautiful dose of oneness, forgiveness, and love. And with compassion and awareness and a sense of individuation from, you can now send your ancestors back to where they came from. All the way down both lines, male and female. And you can also thank your children for being there and for participating in the healing. And whenever they're ready, they can also leave. And now you actually see all of the walls of the room start to dissolve. They're all dissolving into the ground, and then you find yourself kind of in midair. You don't feel like you're falling, you feel very safe. And you kind of feel yourself moving upwards. You can kind of feel this wind over the top of your head, and you're kind of moving upwards. And before you know it, you actually find yourself off planet Earth, floating in space. There is a direction to where you're going. You don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. And you just keep going further and further and further into space. You fly past a couple of other really big planets. And then instantly, almost instantly, you find yourself outside of this planetary pattern, this universe, this galaxy that we're talking about, and you can kind of see a whole bunch of different stars around you. It kind of feels like you're in the middle of the universe. It's pretty incredible. And what we're going to see is a whole bunch of these stars getting really bright. The parts of you, all the intergalactic spiritual parts of you, the interdimensional parts of you that have ever been reactive to the pattern that you're dealing with, those stars will just lighten up. And we're going to ask now energy from the greater central sun to send out these beautiful energies of oneness, forgiveness, and love to all of those stars, all those parts of you through all space, time, and dimension that are sitting in this reactive process. And as you feel that oneness come through, you just feel this lifting, this releasing of huge burdens that you didn't even know were there. You feel this coming back into yourself and this lifting up, this brightness come. And as that energy of oneness, acceptance, lack of duality comes through, you just feel you, like really, really you, the authentic, perfect you that is listening to this right now. And then we're going to bring in forgiveness, this beautiful energy of forgiveness from the great ancestral sun through all of these stars that have lit up. Oh, it just feels amazing. This beautiful forgiveness energy, which is so liberating and so freeing and is permissive to letting go of whatever you've been holding on to. The energy that you're feeling is complete freedom, this freedom of being stuck in this reactive process. And this awareness that this process was only here to teach you about you. You may get flashes of insights about where you've been and what you've done, or the actions that have created this. If you don't, it's not important, and if you do, just acknowledge it. Now we're going to bring in this beautiful, amazing universal law of love from the great ancestral sun through all of these amazing planets. Don't forget, you're still held very, very closely by these archangelics and the intergalactic mothers and fathers who are here holding you with love and deep, deep compassion. And it's coming all the way through you. And you just start to see one by one all of those stars that were super lit up just kind of fade. They go back to the same level of brightness as all the other stars. You feel this beautiful wave of love come over you. And then you look around and you actually feel quite liberated. You feel like you've got wings. It's just this most beautiful feeling. And you kind of do this little jig, this little dance of freedom, this sense of, oh, I just can't believe I've released all of that. That feels amazing. And you kind of stay up there for a while. You have a bit of a play. And then you turn around and you realize that Earth is calling you back. So with a big breath, we thank all these amazing energies for helping us. We release intergalactic mothers and fathers and the archangelics, and then we turn around and with the feeling of flying, we fly all the way back into Earth. It's quite quick. And as you come down, you just feel your energy field so beautifully expanded. You feel completely in control. You feel completely capable of making conscious behavioral changes. And when you come back down, you come back into that original place that you started this. You take a seat, and that movie screen, that first movie screen of the reactive pattern comes down. And I just want you to spend a moment looking at it and see if it's still even there. Is it there? Is it gone? How do you feel? If that reactive pattern is gone, just thank it very much for all of the teachings that it's given you. And you now give it permission to just be released now and forever. If it's still there, honor it with love. And know that with repeated sessions, with repeated meditations, it will go away. You may see that it's faded. You may see that it's not as loud. You may feel that it's not quite as painful. All of those are positive. And if it's completely gone, then this is done. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And honor, acknowledge the parts of you that have allowed your body and your mind and your soul to go through this healing process. Whenever you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and come back into the room.